Good afternoon, it's Nerfcraft, and in this video I'm going to be starting a new project. Now I mentioned this project a while ago, and I was holding off on starting because I didn't think I would have enough parts yet. But after a few recent upgrades from Damien, I now do have some more parts, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing started. Still got my ESC on this chassis. But if you haven't already guessed what the project is, I'm going to be building a bandit. So now that I have the chassis assembly, I've got an extra transmission case, I've got a few extra transmission gears, although I think I need another one. We'll figure that one out. But I've got a bunch of Donatello's old spare parts, so from the Rustler conversion, so that gives us plenty of parts for a bandit. And a couple of questions maybe. Theme colors and name. The theme colors, I would like to try to go for a blue bandit. I've been tossing up between blue or blue and red, but I think I'm gonna like the blue a little bit better, just the blue. For the name, because his name is going to be Nemesis, and I just thought that sounded kind of cool. I mean, I was, the newer bandit bodies have kind of a nice sleek curve to them, so I thought if I did like a blue body with blue pen striping or something like that, with a lighter blue pen striping, maybe it could pass for a Nemesis. So yeah, I've got a bunch of spare parts from Damien that I'm going to be using for this build, so let's go ahead and get started. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and mount that ESC plate. And I'm moving around right now because I'm looking for screws, because I have brand new screws right now. Alright, I got 4 screws. This came with a chassis assembly that I used for Damien. So these are brand new, and they're the ones that hold on the ESC plate, so I'm going to go ahead and just mount that since I've got it. So I am going to need a Phillips head screwdriver right here, and all you have to do is screw in 4 screws, 2 on top here and 2 on the bottom, so 2 on each side. So let's go ahead and get these put in. That's done, so that was pretty easy. I forgot, did I have some, I think I had some extra upgraded screws that I could use for this thing. We'll figure that out later. Got the bulkhead right here. Of course, this is the old one. It's got those cracks. Not really in very good shape, to be honest. I got the 3 screws that screw in the bottom of the bulkhead to the chassis, front of the chassis right here. These are of course brand new off of that chassis assembly, so we can install these. Bulkhead is screwed onto the chassis, so now I think I'm going to go ahead and move to this part. I should have a set of steering Bellcranks in here somewhere, and if I can find those, then I can use them. Alright, here we have parts for the steering Bellcranks, the hardware, and the steering Bellcranks themselves. I'm pretty sure I need some other screws as well, but I will figure out what I need when I get to it, I suppose. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. So we'll figure that out when we cross that bridge. But let's go ahead and get this thing installed. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and open these up. All these are just a bunch of spare parts we had in our toolbox. So, you know, they're just old parts that we had. No big deal. They'll get the job done. You can see that they come with plastic bushings instead of metal bushings, so that's a little disappointing, but oh well. Now if we can just snap this on. Alrighty, we got the Bellcranks put together here, so now we can go ahead and now I'm gonna see if I can find rod ends. Found some rod ends. Some of them need hollow balls, but I did find some of those as well. So it should not be that hard to pop this on. You might need this. Robo grips. Got some Traxxas rod ends. Got these as well, but I don't know if these are the right ones. I'm thinking they're not. It's not really, does not really seem to be doing much. Let's see if I can screw this on. Well, it's on there. I don't know all the correct measurements, so I'm gonna have to figure those out as well. Alright, let's just go ahead and screw on this upper deck for the moment. I should have screws right here. There's a couple of the longer screws for the front, a couple of the smaller ones for the back. So these ones are going into the bulkhead, the fat ones, the M4 I think they are called. Alright, now I have a mess of A-arms, camber links, and drive shafts here. Somewhere I should have some spare suspension pins. Well, I found my rear suspension pins right here, so these should fit for the rear of the truck, which will help out a lot. I don't see the other ones though, so I guess those are just gonna have to hold off. I guess we'll get it figured out later. So, because I think I'm gonna call it for the night. It's getting late. I'm getting kind of tired. I gotta straighten this place up a little bit. So, yeah, I got a few parts together at least. So, I think that's going to be it for episode 1 of building Nemesis. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And, yeah, I don't know how to close the video. I just watch me pick at a screw with a X-Acto knife. Isn't that terrible?